now we're gonna get into our cool down for the upper body. Again, the cool down is to 1, lower your heart rate, and to 2, get your muscles back to resting length. So what we first wanna do is we wanna have our trusty foam roller here to inhibit the signals that we're contracting throughout the movements. So we're gonna emphasize the chest, the biceps, upper back musculature, triceps, biceps, chest, back, lats, even our lower back. We're gonna foam roll from the top down, then we're gonna stretch from the top down. So first we're gonna begin with the upper back, right? And we're gonna position the foam roller to where our upper back is placed on top of this, right? I'm gonna roll back here, and we're gonna just roll, right? Just gonna roll the back. We're gonna do this for about 45 seconds. This feels great. This was great. After that workout, or whatever workout you're doing, you're gonna really appreciate this. Again, foam roll between 30 seconds to a minute max for each muscle group. And just keep your stability with your feet. So if you're feeling unstable, if your feet are out too far, you're feeling like you're slipping, bring them in closer and continue rolling. All right, that should do for here, right? Next, we're gonna foam roll the lats because again, stabilizing weight, particularly with pushing motions, you're gonna be stabilizing with the back. So because you've contracted those muscle groups to stabilize whatever weight you were pushing, it's important to inhibit those signals because those two will be sore and compromised if you don't do it. So we're gonna have the foam roller just underneath the armpit here, right? And we're gonna roll out to engage that lat. You can stretch the arm this way to really stretch out the lat, right? And just foam roll until you feel that tension. You can even hold on the tension point. So right here, I'm feeling a lot of contraction here. So I was bracing my lats while I was bench pressing today. So whatever pushing motion you're doing, again, you're gonna wanna keep that back in tight, but you're gonna feel that contraction here. So you're gonna wanna hold the foam roller on that tension point and slowly roll over it. That's good. That's good. Again, between 30 seconds to a minute for each side, right? All right, that's done. And we're gonna switch the foam roller out and foam roll the following side. Moving that roller down here. There we go. There we go. And right here, once again, I feel a high tension point, which you can also do to make sure that you're really inhibiting the signal, is you can perform contractions over that point. So first, you're gonna find the point of tension, and this goes for any part of the foam rolling process. You could find the tension point, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just raise my arm because I feel the tension right here in my lap. So I'm just gonna do some arm raises over the foam roller and really roll that muscle over this foam roller. It might be a bit uncomfortable. So if it's too uncomfortable, you could leave it at that and just keep the tension point. But if you could afford, you could kind of like brace for like the pain. If it's not too discomforting, again, perform contractions of a movement over the foam roller.
Maybe it is.
Next, we're gonna get into some lower back foam rolling. So now, I'm gonna be positioning the foam roller on the lower part of my back, right? Bracing with the feet again, just trying not to slide back. All right, reposition, right? And we're just gonna roll over the roller. Again, keep in balance. If this is too uncomfortable or you can't really find the balance with it, you can brace with your hands here, right? And roll. Adjust shorts, just to make sure I'm on the roller. All right. Now we're gonna get into some stretches, right? Again, we've used our arms, triceps, biceps, chest, back. So we're gonna get into these stretches for these particular muscle groups, and that's gonna be the conclusion of our cool down. So first, we're gonna do a cross arm stretch, right? Just crossing our arm, bringing our arm across our body rather, and stretching the shoulder, like so. Again, only about 30 seconds to a minute for each stretch. You don't want to overstretch it because then it becomes too relaxed and it compromises your ability to produce tension, but you don't want to understretch it to where you're not really getting that inhibition and relaxation signal throughout the muscle. So we're going to stretch here for about 30 seconds. And we're going to switch. Next, we're going to move on to this tricep stretch. Again, muscle groups that we were using throughout the particular workout today. So we're going to take our arm, place it behind our head, and push down on the elbow. You should feel that stretch in your tricep here. And this is what it looks like from the side view here, just so you can see. And switch. How you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good, can't complain. All right. Next, we're going to stretch our chest because we were using that a great deal. So you can either use the wall and stretch this way, right? You can rotate the body and stretch the chest, right? But if you don't have access to a doorway, that could be a problem. But hallways, doorways, they're pretty easy to gain access to. So, I mean, I hope so. I hope you have a damn door. It's next to you somewhere. But I'm going to show you another way to stretch your chest out using this exercise ball here. Let's adjust this camera just a bit. Just to get that in there. And we're going for this other side here. Rotate the torso away from your body, right? Just to make sure you're getting that stretch in your pectoral here. So if you have access to an exercise ball of a medium size, like so, you can stretch your chest by placing your arm on the ball and leaning your body towards the ground, right? Arm on ball, leaning towards the ground. It's the same concept of stretching the arm back this way to stretch your pec, but you're just now on an exercise ball, right? So if you lean towards the ground, you'll be able to feel that stretch in the upper part of your pec, right?
All that is. All there is, all that is.
And stretch.
Somebody who has, some person on the connection said, my kid is away this week and we can't make it, you put him in this one.
You could even roll the ball out and in to get that extra stretch, right? You could roll it up.
Not getting higher than 107.
You could roll it back. And you can even roll it out and stretch down.
Don't worry about that. If that guy got his run letter, I'm fairly certain most of you will get your run letter very soon. Okay? Have a good day. Thanks, guys. Yep.
Oh. All right. Last but not least, we're going to be able to stretch our backs. So we're going to first take the foam roller here and get into a cat-cow position. So cat-cow being cow, cat, right? So we're gonna stretch our spines by rotating the torso and thoracic spine towards the midline of our body, hunching our shoulders forward, and we're gonna stretch like so. And flex the back to stretch your lumbar spine and your thoracic spine. Hold that for about 10 seconds. That feels really good, so my eyes will close, don't judge me. And we're gonna flex this way. And one more time. And like so. And that concludes our basic upper body cool down.